And we are live. Welcome, Crypto Warriors, to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 921. Today is Thursday, March 31st, 2022. And I'm your host, Bitcoin Zay, here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10-ish. And I have some great news stories for you today, starting with the top story. Hold my beer. Terra already up $165 million from buying Bitcoin as BTC stash nears Tesla's. 30% crypto tax becomes law in India following finance bill approval. Ted Cruz introduces companion to Emmer's bill to exclude Fed retail CBDC issue. And last but not least, U.S. grassroots adoption, the Lightning Network Party in Portland. And first, we have some great market updates for you today. So let's take a look at our prices for today. Bitcoin is sitting at $46,842, down 0.36%. Ethereum at $3,380, up 0.2%. Binance Coin at $442, up 1.5% today. XRP at 85 cents, down 0.5%. Solana at 126, up 9.5% today. Cardano sitting at 121 is up 2.1%. Terra Luna at $107 is up almost 1% today. And last but not least, rounding out our top 10 is Avalanche at $99, up 7%. And our biggest gainers for the day are One Ledger, up 94% today. MoonDAO, whatever the hell that is, up 70% as well. And Dot Moves, up 55%. So those are our prices for today. Got some great news stories. Let's see who we got in the chat today. Oh, man, we keep getting shadow banned, I swear. But it's all good. Can't ban the snowman. We still got people coming in here. Shout out to everybody in the chats. Man, Gamble, Level 99 Slacker, Satoshi Slim, good morning. B Sovereign, Jojo Wave, BK Crypto, Goodness Uchi, Shannon, what's up? Next World Leader, Crypto Vixen, T Brizzy, Rico San Diego, Lamar West, Kirk Boston, Ali Pio Rodriguez, Kadeem K, come on in. Let some more people come in. We got some announcements before we start. First things first, if you don't know, you make sure you want to tune in today at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific time. We'll be interviewing Bitcoin Magazine, the CEO, and discussing the upcoming Bitcoin conference. We'll talk about some of the interviews they've had, like they just had with Richard Hart, and just discuss the overall industry in general. So it'll be great to hear from them. And also, just maybe giving away a free ticket to the conference. Just maybe. I'm not promising anything, but we're still trying to work it out with him to see if we go at least get a discount. So make sure you tune in 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. And also make sure you sign up on the Gentlemen of Crypto as well, so you can get access to our awesome Discord, which I just wanted to show a quick, first of all, shout out to the OGs who were here back in 2018 when we started it. We were 4 years too early. Nobody was doing Discords. Nobody had newsletters. It was just us and just us doing it ourselves. But yeah, we have some great alt trading here if that's what you're into. Bitcoin trading as well. Only crypto fans, one of our great traders. So make sure you join the Gentlemen of Crypto and you can jump on the Discord as well. So let's see if we got some more people in to view. Eastside Tony, what's up? Captain G, Don B, Michael Kennedy, Bitcoin Madam, what up? So let's get into our first story of the day. Hold my beer. Terra already up $165 million from buying Bitcoin as BTC stash nears Tesla's, and the Luna Foundation guard is well in the green, as your boy Kwon stresses. He is not capable of moving Bitcoin markets. He's buying about $125 million a day, estimated. He's already netted $200 million in profit from the price increase. So the nonprofit organization around Terra, Luna Foundation Guard, is currently working through his plans to back UST, which is their stablecoin, with both Bitcoin and Luna token. They were revealed this month by Terra co-founder Kwon, but the destination wallet for the funds has been active longer and saw a significant inflow back in January. So they could have been buying before, but they just announced it later. Same thing. They still have 30,000 Bitcoin right now. And if that's not impressive enough, Bitcoin's bull run, whether associated or not with Terra's purchases, has netted them 165 million in circumstantial profits. That's why we said yesterday on the show, this may become a strategy for every altcoin project. If you got a shitcoin and you don't know if anybody really wants to use it, why not use the profits you made to buy Bitcoin to keep your company afloat, just in case things go bad? The only problem with that is only a few could get away with it, because at some point people are going to look around and say, why do we keep giving our money to these shit coins when we could just buy Bitcoin ourselves? And I think that would take down the whole thing. But it's always good to be first, because when you're first, you can make mistakes. You can try different stuff. Nobody's going to blame you. So Do Kwon is doing great with that, because I keep telling people about cryptocurrency. These are tech companies. They have foundations. They have founders with a cryptocurrency attached. It's not some decentralized asset that can be used by anybody. That's not the case. They have KYC on everything. They have AML. So just know what you're doing. But if you didn't know, he's actually planning to buy a total of $10 billion worth of Bitcoin. Trying to keep up with MicroStrategy, my boy Michael Saylor. They have an estimated 43,200 Bitcoin. So a little far to go. I'm sorry, actually that's Tesla, 43,200. MicroStrategy actually has 125,051 Bitcoin. And they just took out a $200 million loan with Silvergate Bank in order to buy more Bitcoin. So like I've said before, I've been to Michael Saylor's house. You can see the conviction in his eyes. A lot of people, people have like $200. It's like, I don't want to lose my money. This man is worth billions. If he's wrong about this, he's losing way more than you ever would. Same thing with Ricardo Pliegas Salino. Same thing, third richest man in Mexico. He's got 20% of his money in Bitcoin as well. These are big time people. And Do Kwon trying to join that list. If you didn't know, this is a quick history lesson. Back in the day, how Finney actually predicted Bitcoin is going to be purchased to act as a reserve currency, because he thought the perceived value of Bitcoin would be so much that individuals would either use Satoshis or not want to spend them at all, whereas banks would love to spend it because the settlement time as well as fees are much lower than anything they have. So if you didn't know about this, Hal Finney, first of all, this is 2009, people, thinking about how to reduce CO2 emissions from a widespread Bitcoin implementation. So when we talk about the environment and ESG levels and climate change and CO2 emissions in regards to Bitcoin, we've been talking about this for 13 years now. And I remember we kind of ended the debate in 2015, 2016, when people started realizing that the environmental concerns of Bitcoin were nowhere near anything, not even Christmas lights, washing machines, like TVs. Everybody unplugged their TV, it would be less power than Bitcoin. So once we started realizing that, we thought it was a nothing burger. Who cares? But they keep coming back with the same argument, which is hilarious. But Hal Finney was truly a visionary. Not only did he say that, he also, in the Bitcoin Talk forum, you all got to go if you haven't before. Just go look at the old Bitcoin Talk forum. Some of the messages that were in there, some great stuff from really smart people who were anonymous. So they basically could give all the information that they had. But they're using their stable coin to issue, which, again, not sure if it works, but the best security you can have, the best security blanket definitely is Bitcoin. So with Do Kwon doing that, he's really just fulfilling Hal Finney's vision from 13 years ago. So shout out to him. Let's see who else we got in here today. Good morning, God knows. Let's see, Blockchain Bird. I need to hold some Michael Saylor. Yeah, next time I go to his house, I'll ask him. Yeah, let me get a little bit of that. I don't even think he self-custodies though, so no keys, no cheese, but I'm sure he has pretty good trust or insurance with whoever custodies, maybe BitGo or somebody bigger, who knows. Eventually Luna disappears with everyone's money. Bob Rogers, hey man, we've seen bigger rug pulls than that, and so I wouldn't be surprised. They're just taking everybody's money and buying Bitcoin right now. So I mean, that's technically a rug pull if it wasn't in their roadmap. If they just started doing it, again, who knows what their ultimate plan is. But that's one thing people realize: Bitcoin's price is so valuable. The only way you can take that much Bitcoin or get that much Bitcoin is to probably start a shitcoin project. And whether it's good or not, you start the project, you get people's money, you buy Bitcoin with it. New way to rug pull. So let's see. Morning from Miami. Let's see. Ashley Robles. Yep. If you're in Miami, be here all month. Make sure you come to all the events. I'll post them either on Twitter or on here tomorrow or next week, so people will know all the events I'll be at. Let's see. Michael Kennedy, not saying there isn't better, just the best I've personally seen. He said, honestly, Luna is some of the best voting in regards to making money I've seen in all project. Yeah, so like I said, I get good reviews from Luna. The thing is, if you have a leader, who knows which direction they go. So same thing with Buterin, with Ethereum, with Solana, with anybody who runs these projects, who knows which way they'll go. So jumping into our next story today, and this is pretty disheartening. I actually just interviewed on Community Crypto about this story. 30% crypto tax becomes law in India following finance bill approval. If you think we got it bad here with capital gains, short term being 20%, long term being 15%. That ain't shit compared to India. Twice as much for 30% crypto tax law in India. And after doing the interview with the CEO of the Wazir Exchange, which is one of the biggest exchanges in India, the basic thing he said is 30% on every trade. It's also, or 30% on gains. It's also 1% on every trade. So we don't have anything to complain about. We're talking about tax after tax because they don't have a cryptocurrency regulatory framework in order to make this stuff make sense. So what they did is they used the old, according to him, they used the old gambling laws and old like casino laws that they had, and they use that as crypto law because they don't have it. So also too, a little bit more nefarious is that they should be putting out their digital CBDC the end of this year. So it seems like the regulators are just pushing this back. So nobody will really want to get involved in the market until they can drop that CBDC on you and they can say, oh yeah, for a small fee, you can use this in order to buy crypto. So they'll get paid on every single on-ramp exchange anywhere. So the government also imposed a 1% tax deduction, like I just said before, on each trade, claiming it will help them track the movement of funds. And the exchange operators, like the CEO Wazir, have warned that the 1% TDS would dry up liquidity. No shit, Sherlock. I mean, if you're doing 1% every time you make a trade, nobody's gonna want to trade. Day traders are gonna lose their mind. So this new crypto tax policy was finalized and approved within 2 months. While the finance industry is yet to offer a regulatory framework around the nascent market, despite years of assurance. I mean, again, they've proven themselves. They've got all the licenses they needed. They're operating under the law, still get smacked. That's why I keep telling people, stop trying to work with these regulators too much. If they want to work with you, cool, but don't go run into them because this is how they'll treat you. You start asking for too much, this is how you get treated like a bitch. And for the most part in this industry, they're trying to bridge the gap. The regulators are not trying to do that. They're trying to make money. That's all it is. That's literally all it is. And I think in some governments, we don't have the ability to have democracy and have people overrule other people. So you have either dictators or people in power that could just do it. Like tomorrow, Putin could come out and say, well, 50% tax on all crypto. Who's gonna say no? Can't say shit. You just gotta take it. So I think that's gonna stifle a lot of innovation in India. Hopefully they get that fixed, but that's just another in a long line of regulators smiling in your face and then doing something behind your back or imposing laws that could dry up your business pretty much. So let's take a look at some more of the comments as the shadow ban looks like it's lifting up. And make sure we get the likes up. What's going on, people? We got 150 people watching, only 96 likes. It's trash. Let's get it up before we have to start a concert in here. J. Walter, Isaiah Jackson, the modern day Negro Damas. Keep these predictions coming, man. Thanks. Oh, yeah. I'm not even gonna lie. It's not hard to predict a lot of stuff now when you know the playbook. If you, again, we have a whole book list was put on the Discord. I'll probably start posting some of the online files that are hard to find because they delete a lot of stuff off the internet. If you're ever on the dark web, if you're ever on a lot of the sites that have some of the old publications, if you read about these organizations that operate in these countries and you can see the geopolitical bridge between that and Bitcoin, it's pretty easy to predict the future because it's a playbook. It's like when Kobe Bryant was playing. Do you really need to know how to play defense to know what's coming at the end of the game? No, he's going to shoot it. The whole defense should be about that. It's not a prediction. It's just common sense at that point. Let's see. PFC Wells, looking forward to meet folks in real life next week. Likewise, Trek. See you when you get down here. Let's see. Satoshi Slim. Yeah, this is crazy. It's like the cannabis taxes here. Yeah, cannabis and crypto have a lot in common as far as control because they can't control it. You can't stop somebody from growing weed in their backyard, but you can tax it. That's all people want is their cut. The gentlemen of crypto, they also have some of the best UI UX. Bet you're 100% correct on that assessment. You never know what's going to happen next. Yep, with all these projects, you never really know, but just have fun on the ride. That's all this is about right now. Let's see. Jay Walter, what we need is a benevolent dictator or a cool-ass tyrant. You know what's funny? I was actually told by my wife when she was studying the best type of leader is a benevolent dictator. So even though democracy seems like it works, it's extremely slow and bureaucracy. It could take them, look how long it took for them to come out with any type of regulation. Virtual asset service provider. Dude, we're 10 years into the industry now. They just wrapping their head around it. They took them 3 more years to come out with something with Janet Yellen exposing the new laws that may be coming in 6 months. So yeah, a benevolent dictator would be great. If you want to see it in action, look at Bukele. He decided in his mind, I want to make sure our country makes Bitcoin legal tender. You know how long it took for that to get through? 9 days. He sent it to him. It was an 8-page outline bill, very short to the point. Well, this is what we're doing. They approved it. Boom. Bitcoin bond, volcano bonds, 0% local taxes. and everybody can accept Bitcoin there. That's what happens when you have somebody that can just get the shit done. Whereas if you got to give it to somebody, you got to give it to another group, we got to vote on it to give it to somebody else. Garbage, people, is garbage. So stop paying so much attention to them and just work. It's a lot of stuff in the gray areas. But again, a lot of stuff is just for money. Trek, this is how they throttle the adoption of the people. It's capital flight controls they're setting up for when the global recession is publicly acknowledged. Exactly. I mean, at this point, if you can't see that, the money grab is coming because the capital controls that they're setting up, they're not putting them in place for your security or your protection. That's bullshit. They never have. So whenever you see a lot of this infrastructure being built to cut off the on-ramps for you to get your own money, there's a reason for that. They lowered all the fees at every bank, or I mean, all the ways you can take out money in all the banks. There's no cash really. There's no coins. U.S. Mint, they gave up and just went home. There's no way for you to beat a CBDC once they push that on you because they can track everything. It's just a surveillance tool. So yeah, Trek is right. All of this is in anticipation that people are going to fly out of fiat currencies or try to, and that's the only way to keep the bleeding from being too bad. Trek, again, the OFAC IMF report came out last October. I keep telling people they will always tell you how to, they always tell you before. People see it in hindsight. I don't know how many times they got to say New World Order and Build Back Better and you won't own anything and be happy in 2030. I don't know how many times they got to say that before y'all don't take them serious. This has actually happened. That's why this is so adamant right now, to make sure people get this Bitcoin and crypto information because there should be a sense of urgency. So let's see. Next story for today. Ted Cruz introduces companion to Emmer's bill to exclude Fed retail CBDC issue. You know, in clown world, when I'm agreeing with fucking Ted Cruz, Jesus Christ, how crazy can this world get when even Ted Cruz is making sense right now? He lends his support to a bill that would keep the U.S. off an insidious path akin to China's. I actually read his submission yesterday. People were talking about it on Twitter. And Ted Cruz introduced the legislation into the U.S. Senate with Minnesota Representative Tom Emmer. It will prevent the Federal Reserve from issuing central bank digital currency or CBDC directly to individuals. This does not say for banks, for international settlements, commercial. It doesn't say for them, for individuals, which I think is noble because if you're a bank and everything you do is transparent, great. We can all see it. We can finally see where the money's going. But when you start doing it for private citizens, that is the opposite of what this country's supposed to be. Right now, we're in flip-flop land. All of our stuff is public. Their stuff is private. And then we don't know what's going on, really. So we need to flip that. So him and Emmer, co-chair of the Congressional Blockchain Caucus, motivated his bill by the concern that a real CBDC would force consumers to open accounts with the Federal Reserve Bank. And it could be used as a surveillance tool that Americans should never tolerate from their own government. Where have you heard that before? And again, we've seen this coming since 2018. I think we posted the video a while back of us saying CBD. It was in the article. It says CBDC like 14 times. It was so unnecessary, and we were like, yeah, this is there. It's coming whether you want it or not. It's what is the defense against the CBDC? The only one I see is Bitcoin, and maybe some other ways to defend against having to use it, but that's about it. The Fed is not authorized to open accounts for individuals. If you did not know. In January, it released an analytical paper on CBDC that discussed the disclosure issues involved at length, noting the need to balance individual privacy with the transparency. And I actually read this report. That is not what they were saying. What they were saying is, yes, that you can have privacy up until we feel like we need to stop it. And that could be for any number of reasons. If you set the precedent early, that's why you can't let people get away with the shit at the beginning. If you don't set the precedent with how you're moving, this is what they do, little by little, slowly and slowly. Let the frog steam in the pot. That's what they're doing right here, because once the CBDC drops, you're not gonna have a choice. You're probably only gonna be able to transact privately or freely with Bitcoin or maybe Monero or some other cryptocurrency. So shout out to Ted Cruz. Intermediation will make it possible to create a CBDC without changing the Fed's authorities. It would also hand responsibility for identity verification to them as well, which is a no bueno. I'm not trying to get my private verification to the Federal Reserve. It's a private company. It's not even federal. Like, this is a company who would have complete control over everybody's money in the world. The only thing that was keeping them from doing it before is the fact that cash is still king as far as privacy. That's it. And now that's going away. Nobody has cash anymore. I mean, I seen a man cry in the mail office one time at the post office because they wouldn't take his cash. They just wouldn't take it during COVID times. That's crazy. So what's gonna happen when it's all gone? Let's see. Ashley K. I will be in Florida end of April if anything is going on. Yeah, it's Miami Tech Month. Officially starts tomorrow. Actually, they kicked it off yesterday, but tomorrow is the official first day, April Miami Tech Month. So there's stuff going on all month long. So let's see what else we got. Is Oko democracy is just a fancy word? You're right. Haven't seen that as well. In fact, it's not even a democracy. This is a republic. Actually, if we look back at the Constitution. So technically, all that democratic shit is just very good marketing. Really, really good marketing. Putin said he wants Bitcoin. Ta-da! Yep. If he says he wants Bitcoin for oil, they already have countries: China, Afghanistan, Pakistan, all these countries, big oil, Saudi Arabia. They're already converting their currency into rubles to pay Russia. So what do you think they're going to do when they say, "Hey, we want Bitcoin"? When you got billions of dollars getting bought of Bitcoin every single day, and it's countries competing. That's the hyper Bitcoinization we're talking about because they're not going to have a choice if the ruble doesn't do better. So, Reno Gamble, Ted Cruz didn't defend his wife. All I'm saying, oh yeah, we already talked about that on here. Yeah, he got he didn't he didn't do shit when Trump talked about his wife, and he actually talked about his wife like in his face on TV. And I'm not saying he should have ran up there and did anything, but you got to at least pull him to the side afterwards and say, hey. You got to see me, bro. Like Ted Cruz, we still talking about that from back in the day. Let's see. Reno Gamble, Ashley K eating those red and white mushrooms again. Oh, I don't even know what that means, but yeah, mushrooms are cool. Throwing it out in the room. Nappy Ways brought up changing the name of Weekend Crypto. I'd like to get the community's thoughts on renaming the segment since it comes out on Monday and not on the weekend. Yeah, we did that with this show. If you were with us from the beginning, we didn't even have a name for this show for the first like 5 or 6 shows. We let you guys give us some ideas, and then we came up with our own, The Gentleman of Crypto, after we were watching The Gentleman of Cali on Netflix. But yeah, so any suggestions for Trek, Weekend Crypto, make sure you catch that on Mondays, where he gives the weekend news on The Gentleman of Crypto media platform. So Ted Cruz news killing me. Simulation accelerating too fast right now. I know everything is upside down. Left is right, up is down, right is wrong. Ted Cruz is right about something. I mean, I don't even know what's going on today. So let's see. I see one of 2 things happening in the next couple of years. Either China takes over USD or we go to a BTC world currency, and I know which one we're all hoping for. So I can tell you right now, it's very low chance that China takes over the USD. I'm pretty sure they would much rather have their own CBDC in control. But you're right. Somebody is going to supplant the USD as the powerful fiat currency. And I don't know if we're going to go back to like we are now. US, we're a reserve currency for the rest of the world. Everybody does deals in dollars. If we get rid of that and countries see more freedom and they see more economic increase, why would you go back to that system? And Bitcoin is perfect for that. The volatility may scare a few people, but yeah, over time, it's going to get less and less as more liquidity enters the market. Paris. Honestly, if all this shit was happening in the 1920s, people would have been revolted and went with Bitcoin, took it to the streets. I know everybody, 100 years later, everybody's soft as shit. Back in the day when you didn't have indoor plumbing and you had to make your own fan for air conditioning, it wasn't much for you to sit around and do anyway. So somebody was fucking with your livelihood. A lot of people will pick up guns. As you can see, we had World War I, and we had World War II 20 years later. So it wasn't like they was fucking around. They was ready, and millions died. We couldn't even imagine that today. If 6 million people died in a war, like that would be ridiculous. Today we sit on our iPhones and our nice air-conditioned places and just comment from the couch. Yeah, nobody here has any balls to actually do anything. Let's see. My ninjas, so many people are going to get steamrolled by CBDCs thinking they're crypto. Oh, yeah, the marketing teams are working overtime. I can tell you that right now. They're going to do it. They're going to say, they're going to change the narrative. I already know JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, they're going to change the narrative. Crypto without the volatility. You can use our blockchain technology, blah, 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 blah. I should write the shit for them just to make some money off of it since they're going to do it anyway. Let's see. Somebody said, imagine if he slapped Trump. Yeah, right. Let's see. He should have slapped him because he was talking way more shit. Let's see. Reno Gamble, you got to check the history of Christmas. The red and white color scheme represents those magical mushrooms. Interesting rabbit hole to dive into. Oh, yeah, you know I got my tinfoil hat. That'd be a great rabbit hole to jump in. Let's see. Imagine worldwide meetups for warriors. We're actually doing that. The first one was in LA. The next one we're going to have in Miami next week. That information will be out. We finally got King out of California. Clap it up for that. We finally got him to leave. He was telling me getting his plane ticket so he get King out of California down to Miami. DJ Green, what is the best crypto wallet to use right now? I would say Edge Wallet. You can keep your keys. I would say for Lightning wallets, use Moon or Blue Wallet. And if you need a large amount of custody with some sort of insurance, you can use BitGo. They have up to $100 million in insurance for their wallets if you don't trust yourself enough to hold the keys. I would say the point is to have your keys, no cheese, but there's a lot of good ones. Also, Samurai wallet as well, if you want to be able to use mixers and get privacy. So make sure you get a hardware wallet as well, as they listed here. There's a few that for you to choose from. So let's see who else we got. DM Car, should have smacked him. Yeah, oh yeah. Malik Howard, the Discord was legendary. Oh yeah, Malik was there back in the day. We were charts, news, jokes, updates, videos all day, every day. We were doing that way before everybody else. We're bringing it back, but this time we're bringing it back with more sophistication. It's not just me and King running everything. We got a whole team. Alec, shout out to Alec. Antonio, shout out to everybody that has joined the Discord so far. And make sure you get on the gentlemanofcrypto.com. You can sign up for the Discord on the website. Let's see. So our last story for the day, we'll end with some good news. U.S. grassroots adoption, the Bitcoin Lightning Party in Poland. So if you didn't know, in Portland, sorry, if you didn't know, Portland is definitely a hub for Bitcoin. A lot of hardcore Bitcoiners there. Nashville, Tennessee, Austin, Texas. We're not talking about crypto in general. I'm talking about hardcore Bitcoiners. These are places where they are. Shout out to them too, because again, we need everybody in this industry to win. But they had a grassroots Bitcoin Lightning Festival in Portland, and they demonstrated the Lightning Network is a perfect companion for payments. Oh man, would you look at that? I mean, I swear, at this point, the adoption of the Lightning Network is inevitable. So this was just to be able to show that it is. And this is grassroots evidence that America is adopting Bitcoin. At this festival, the Bitcoin Lightning Network clocked more than 4 million sats, $200 in just 3 hours, and is hailed as Puddle Town on Lightning Rails. It's a space where you have vendors, food carts, artists. They all accepted only Bitcoin. And my boy Dennis Porter was out there. Shout out to him. I believe he was hosting the event. But let's see if we. Yep, here he is right here. Dennis Porter. He pays 0 fees to accept Bitcoin instantly for his T-shirts. Can Visa do that? I'll answer it for you, Dennis. Hell no. It's 3.5% every time. Are you crazy? No fees. What is this? Again, for businesses who don't want to have to pay 3.5% to Visa and MasterCard for every transaction. If you don't want to have to buy $10,000 worth of point of sale equipment, even the cheap point of sale equipment, $200, $500, this is cheaper than that. And on top of that, you have the ability to accept on the Lightning Network, which is instant, and the fees are usually less than a penny. 50 people spending over 4 million sats in 3 hours, 3 food carts, 7 vendors selling anything they want, while even supporting cases like tipping the DJ. Oh man, like I said, whenever I see stuff like this, I'm always reminded of how hard me and King went in LA. Every single place that had tips, I would tell them, get a QR code, dude. You can get free Bitcoin. Only 2 people listened, and both of them thanked me profusely in LA after the big bull run in 2017. And then even after that, because a lot of times if you're getting tips, you're getting $20 here, $40 there. Why not just take it in Bitcoin? That's the easiest way to stack, is for people to give it to you, not to necessarily buy it. Look at these beautiful point of sales here, though. A near instant layer 2 payment network built on top of the Bitcoin base chain. The Lightning Network is ideal for a party setting. There's even a company, Pobino, the company behind the Lightning Pour. You can pour a pint of beer paying with Lightning. That was built with festivals in mind. So I'm sure we'll see that. Hopefully we see that at the Bitcoin conference. I believe they'll be there. But the founder, Tiago Vasconcelos, actually said, with the Lightning Network, the only thing you need is an internet connection. No card swipe hardware, no need for cash, no need for changing currency, even if the venue is international and with lots of foreign people. And that's the main point I want people to understand. The fact that you can go anywhere in the world now and spend the same currency that you would here as you would anywhere else, that is beautiful. And the only thing stopping it from being perfect is the fact that it's still sort of pegged to the US dollar. So we still have exchange rates. So the prices will still reflect it in Bitcoin. But living on a Bitcoin standard, I think once people understand where we're going and that it's not stopping, you can start having predictive pricing where you can have actual discounts at a certain level. And if Bitcoin's price goes past that level, then you can raise your prices. But as long as you're stacking, if you're giving 10% off and Bitcoin is going up 200% year over year, you can plan for that. You can actually say, all right, we'll keep our price here because we know stacking Bitcoin, we'll get that back and more. So that's beautiful to see. And of course, on the Bitcoin standard, I don't think there'll be too many people spending all day, every day, but there will be small hubs like this, Bitcoin towns. Talk about citadels, talk about countries, small countries like El Salvador, Bitcoin will be seamless. And those are the people that will win long term because of the infrastructure. One more quote here. As you can see this picture right here, people had candy, people had t-shirts, comic books, games. The Lightning Network is so fast and transactions can clear as fast, faster than cards. So both the buyer and seller don't feel that where has my money gone feeling when they are just trying to have fun on a sunny day. Yeah, so much faster than credit cards, even faster than the tap and pay because they still got to type in the PIN code sometimes. So as simple as taking a picture, people, you see it here. So some good news coming out of Portland. Shout out to Dennis Porter. He kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, he's one of those people I've seen him working really hard on spaces. He's organized a lot of big spaces. One with me and Andrew Yang and Erica Rhodes. He organized that one. One with me and Jack Dorsey, I believe, and somebody else. So shout out to him and great to see. Great to see this happening. Let's see. Satoshi Slim, Zay, please show us a screen. I'm a subscriber for over a year and I don't see any Discord info on the website. Let's see. We may have to update that, but let me look and see if there's a link to get on there here. Invite people. Yeah, the link. Hold on. It should be a part of the package, but I'll double check. It's okay. It's all good. We'll get it together for you. Golden Teachers will bring you peace. Shout out to Loco. DMT will cure your fear of dying, and Io Osaka will destroy your ego. Oh yeah, that's the triple threat right there. I hear Joe Rogan talk about Io Osaka all the time and DMT, how it changes their life. I definitely want to try it out in the woods with close friends around and have a good time just to see if what they're saying is true. Let's see. Social Slim, I'm pretty sure he misspoke. Discord access will be tied to the YouTube membership. Yeah, my bad. I literally was just thinking that. I was like, hold up, did I say it wrong? My bad. Sam Morgan, Zay, please have Cliff High back again. Oh yeah, I actually just messaged them yesterday, 2 days ago. If he responds, we will have him on the show again. That was a classic show. If you haven't watched the Cliff High show, that was 2 hours of gems being dropped. He was pretty spot on about a lot of things happening, especially the events. Maybe not the numbers themselves, but the events happening. It's pretty spot on so far. Lauren Sanders, question: is a shadow ban about blocking information being delivered and the wanting of keeping people financially poor? Yeah, probably that. The algorithm, they hear everything. The words that you use, they can knock you down in the algorithm. So either your subscribers can't find you or new people can't find you. It is what it is. There is a complete disinformation campaign and a blocking of free speech going on across social media. Google is the feds, YouTube, all of them, they got to do their job. That's what they do, but we got to do ours too. Just don't let it stop you and know we're on at 10-ish Monday through Friday. That's why consistency is good. Even if you don't get the alert, you can just show up and we're on. So Alec G, Discord is coming soon, folks. Please be patient. Exactly. It's like, yeah, you got it, but just wait 1 second. We're about to get it to you. Let's see. Ashley K, Cliff High show was epic. Absolutely. Cliff High had me thinking the end was near. He wasn't wrong. He definitely said in a year or 18 months time, we're still on that time period. So I wouldn't be too keen on being happy yet. But yeah, shout out to Cliff High. Make sure, again, today, 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific, we will be interviewing Bitcoin Magazine, and we will be discussing the upcoming conference. We'll be talking about some of the different environmental concerns. We'll be discussing their interview with Richard Hart, and we may be giving away a discount to a ticket if you don't already have yours for the Bitcoin conference, where me and King will definitely be at. So shout out to everybody for watching today, and have a great Thursday. Cheers.